gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Roundup presented by your favorite Misfit, Misfit FM. Before hopping into today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, do everything you can to support your favorite Misfit here on my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. And also make sure to check out my link in the description. Make sure to check out Mr. Sasuke. I'll be doing pretty much now at this point daily uploads where I talk about a variety of things, mainly between Boruto and Naruto. But I started to expand outside of that horizon, doing other animes, mangas, webtoons, and also stuff in the entertainment scene like Marvel, Star Wars, or even the DC realm that's starting to kick back up again with the arrival of the Superman trailer that dropped recently, which I have to say, that was a pretty damn good trailer to highlight the rebirth of Superman back on the big screens once again with the new actor and all that fun jazz. Yeah, other than that, let's hop into today's video where pretty much I'll start off talking about Andor, because we're switching things up. Like I said, we're trying to talk more things outside of just anime, manga, stuff like that. Obviously, I will not ever give up my love for Naruto or Boruto, any of that stuff, but it's just I've reached a point where I feel like I wanted to expand my content horizons a bit, especially because when you're focusing on Boruto and Naruto, Boruto is a monthly chapter at this point until the anime comes back, and it's kind of tricky at times to make content around it because I don't want to end up repeating myself and also really rehashing an old theory I've already talked about. So I wanted to talk more into other topics and, you know, stuff like Star Wars I've been passionate about since I was a kid. Also Marvel, DC, always been loving that stuff. Let's talk first of all about Andor. Now obviously for those who don't know Andor is or are just new to it, let me explain to you a little bit because it revolves in the realm of Star Wars. Now Andor is basically the story of Cassian Andor, a character who at first is just someone who's looking for his sister, but eventually ends up joining the Rebel Alliance and kind of talks about his early days of being part of a Rebel network that wasn't officially what is known as Rebel Alliance at the time, but over the years grows into what is the rebels who fight against the Empire. So a lot of the story of the series, when you watch it, and I do encourage you guys to watch it because it's a great series if you want to learn how the Republic was during the rise of the Empire, pretty much this high point of the Empire, versus how the Rebel Alliance started to build their networks, started to build out where their home base was and various things over the years. I think it's a really great show. Now again, when it comes to the Star Wars realm or the fandom as hell, a lot of people have a lot of disagreements with the current direction it's been going over the years with Disney specifically, and I cannot say that they're in the complete wrong for it. I can't just die on the hill defending Star Wars the day I die. That's not really how I am. I can understand that some of the people don't like some of the content that Disney has made with the Star Wars tag over the years, especially with the sequels movies. Like, I'm not going to be one of those guys who hated all those movies. I personally enjoy episodes 7, 8, and 9. There's some parts of it I enjoy, some parts that I didn't. But look, I don't read too much into it. At the end of the day, I love Star Wars, and Star Wars content is always a fun thing to watch. Now, in terms of specifically with Andor, it's only 2 seasons. Originally, it was planned out they were trying to do 5 seasons, but that kind of got switched up. But in the second season just dropped, it kind of highlights pretty much the overview of Cassian's early years again, more in depth, and kind of leads up into Rogue One, a Star Wars movie, where basically leads into episode 6, A New Hope, and so on and so on. But essentially what this show does, what I really like, it was really fascinating, that's why I'm making a whole segment in my Roundup video just to talk about it, is it really highlights how we can talk about the Star Wars universe without having to deal with the words of the Jedi, the Sith, any of the stuff we've already seen that's iconic to many people in the mainstream. Learning the architect, the politics, the military enforcement, all the loopholes and trickery that the Empire did during the time when they pretty much won, and seeing how even the average person could become part of the Rebel Alliance was really fascinating to me. And obviously the first season we kind of focused more on Cassian's hometown, and then season 2 kind of floated more into just seeing the various adventures that Cassian and many others around the Rebel Alliance made over the years. So it was a very fascinating series. I highly recommend it if you're interested in learning more about Star Wars, or if you are a Star Wars fan and you enjoyed learning more about the Rebel Alliance, the Empire. I would highly recommend Andor. Obviously, second season's fully out. All 12 episodes are out, so enjoy your binging. Next up, obviously, I'm not going to just have this video just be Star Wars filled, guys. You know me, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm the anime guy at the end of the day. I'm the anime, manga, whatever. I started this page because I love Naruto, I love Boruto, so that's never changing. So we're we're always going to have that implied into this YouTube channel. And I got to talk about a little official sneak peeks that we got. And before I get into it, let me explain to you what these official sneak peeks are. They are the loveliest sneak peeks that we get from Ukimoto and his team from the official Boruto/Naruto website that they give us out. And we see some cool little sneak peeks into what we can see in the next chapter. Obviously, it wasn't fully translated. Usually we get an untranslated page that is just professional HD-like, and it looks pretty clean. And I will go over that. But before I do, if you don't want spoilers, please click off this video, because this is the rest of the video in a nutshell. I will have a timestamp so you can get to the outro portion of the video, because I will talk a little briefly about some stuff I'm planning on. But if you don't want to get spoiled, head to the end of the video so you can hear about some future things I'm planning to do for content. But other than that, let's hop into the official sneak peek for the next Boruto chapter. Alright, so essentially what happens in this official sneak peek is we got a glimpse of our good, lovely, tall, and gruesome antagonist that everyone loves, Jorah, coming out of one of the lovely clones of Code's army and making his appearance on the battlefield. Mitsuki sees him, and a lot of people have been memeing like Mitsuki's getting cooked, or like, is Mitsuki gonna fight him or not? I personally do not see Mitsuki fighting Jorah. Like, this would just be a clear one-sided affair. Like, look, Mitsuki, even with Sage mode, ain't touching Jorah as much as he would like to. And I want to give Mitsuki the benefit of the doubt here, but Jorah cooked so many of the new gens. Like, what are we gonna do here? There's no scenario where Jorah gets cooked by Mitsuki. It's either Mitsuki gets cooked, he gets wounded, or he just bails. Like, I mean, I would not knock him if he's like, hey, this ain't my battle. You know, what if Boruto says it pops out of nowhere, you know? But I mean, seeing that this sneak peek was really cool. It just kind of highlighted more about what we can expect in this chapter, where a lot of us are already speculating that Jorah will make an appearance and come on the battlefield, rather against Boruto or Sadao's group. It depends, but it seems like from the sneak peek, he's on Sadao's battlefield, so Boruto will probably make his way over there to assist, and maybe we'll see Kaoki, because again, Kaoki, just bring him back in the fold. And also, what's up with all this new hate for Kaoki? Because, like, bro, I know the dude's not having his greatest look in this manga, but he's not that bad. Like, I've seen so many posts now that's lately just dissing him, and I'm like, he's not that terrible, but I get it, he's not being presented well. But hopefully this chapter is a way to present him again, have him pop up with his new power-ups, and maybe assist Boruto. Because again, they did agree a couple chapters, excuse me, ago, where they basically said, like, hey, if things need to go south, me and you gonna team up and handle business. In the case Jorah, obviously the threat of Uchizuki and whoever else is up in that play. Obviously Code's still out there. We don't know what he's doing or what he has in plan. And I know Code is even in a worse spot than Kaoki, but like, he's still out there. He still have powers that he can still cook a lot of new gen outside of like Boruto and Kaoki, but like, he can still cook. I just don't know how, but he's still in play. There's a lot of things that we can expect to see in this new chapter, but I'm looking forward to it. So obviously let me know what you're looking forward to in the new chapter dropping later this month. Obviously, if you skipped to this part of the video because you didn't want to see the sneak peek, spoiler stuff, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you watching my YouTube video. And like I said, in terms of future content plans, obviously I'm planning to do more deep dives on Misfit Sasuke, talking about some very old stuff that we talked about with Naruto Shippuden or Naruto. Just some old lore I want to bring back up to the fold for those who've forgotten, just to remind the audience, and also teach you some little things that actually talks about some real life significance. Maybe we'll have some real life inspirations from like Japanese mythology, Chinese mythology, or maybe even Hinduism or Hindu mythology as well, because there's a lot of lore. If you peep Naruto or really much any anime, a lot of animes like to use stuff from the past and the significance of it. Obviously they reworded a bit to fit kind of the plot of their story, but there's a lot of cool real life significance that I would love to kind of deep dive again into, and I'm looking forward to those again. Obviously, thank you guys so much for watching my today's YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this new direction I'm doing. If so, let me know some topics, you know, around the Marvel, DC, Star Wars, or maybe some mainstream entertainment stuff that you guys would like me to cover. I would like to do that. Anything around those stuff, I would definitely do. Anything else, I will at least consider. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Link in the description. Check me out on socials. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend or whenever you're watching this. This is your favorite Misfit signing out. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you next week. Peace.